All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. So we are taking a look at the AI sector, starting with AI itself as well as NVDA. Interesting things are happening here, especially compared together. AI not quite doing what it really, I don't want to say should be doing, right? But I think if I'm going to start calling a stock the Tesla of this sector and things like that, yeah, I think I would be expecting a little more, all right? So I'm definitely going to say that. NVIDIA, when we get to it, has been a champ, has been a beast, has been amazing actually. So we'll get there shortly. But before we get into the technicals, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages, these horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like, subscribe, share, comment. Anything you can do with this video really does help with the YouTube algorithms. But I swear, just being here and giving me your time is beyond appreciated, okay? So look, let's get into it. And really this, okay, sadly, this is not doing well, but AI really has been playing out exactly as I've expected it the last couple of videos, right? I don't care what stock it is. Like, I don't care if you're in the hottest sector in the world or whatever. Bad things happen under the 8 and the 20. Good things happen over the 8 and the 20. You can clearly see when you're over the green and the orange, man, it's a beautiful thing. You know, tries to ride it, does this a little bit right here. These horrible, and then just never really able to recover. I've been talking about coming down to $17. All right, and we're essentially here. We're right on the 200 moving average, and really today was a pretty important day. Clearly not a monster candle. I mean, literally just a percent and change, right? But man, it almost lose the two, almost lose the two, almost lose the two, almost lose the two, kind of bounce on the 200 for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, losing the 200 is going to be bad. It's going to put us under all 5 moving averages. You do not want your money under all 5 moving averages. You want it to break all 5 and then run, baby, run, right? Like, that's the goal. You don't want to lose all and then die, baby, die, right? So I said after 17, it really seemed like this 13 was really going to happen. I'm not quite sure if let's basically call it 15. Obviously, it's the top of this guy, right? But I think this horizontal right here is going to have a little more weight than this top and this little bit right here. So this 200 line has to hold. Like, it really must. And more than that, it needs to act as a bounce point. Look, there's plenty of red to actually quickly bring this back to 20. All right. This right here is going to be no joke, right? You know, it's hard to get over some moving averages, but we've actually now taken over this. And roughly speaking, we're at 50% candle right here. All right. And actually, this day closed down here. Okay. You can see it, right? It opens up here, but closes down here. Green filled in is not good. I do not like green filled ins. All right. We like green outlines. All right. But so far, we've basically killed this one. We've basically killed this one, not all the way, but like we cracked the open and are more than halfway or at least halfway. We've cracked the open of this one, and it looks like we're not quite. Where did you open? No. Where'd you close? 18, 17, 85, 17. Okay, we're a couple cents away from this line right here where this one closed, right? So this candle quickly did important things for the last 3, right? But yeah, this 8 moving average line is still coming down. This 20 moving average line is still coming down. That's a low RSI. It is, but I think we saw that it was. Oh man, this is actually some of the lower. It's been a minute. September of last year. You can clearly see that this is much lower, but yeah, this is all about the 200 moving average. And you know, the funny thing is, let me at least flash it real quick before I forget. Nasdaq, okay? One of the things I'd said was because Nasdaq came down, I was really worried, and I said, yeah, you know, if this can recover, the AI stock should. I'll be real honest, you can clearly see it right here. Nasdaq's recovered the last 2 days. We're back at this 225 line, and the AI stocks actually have not recovered as much as I expected. So that's something I definitely did get wrong, and I'm not trying to pretend I did. I actually really wanted to call it out here, right? But I'm very surprised the last 3 days have been this strong for Nasdaq and have been pretty weak for most of the AI stocks, especially AI itself. So just something to very much consider. But yeah, we're either going to bounce on the 200 and come back to life, or we are going to lose this and quickly drop to 13 if I had to guess. So be careful here, all right? NVIDIA, man, NVIDIA on the other hand, not as sexy as the Nasdaq going up, but acting much, much better than AI itself, right? I'll be honest, I might need to start these videos with NVIDIA instead of AI if this is actually the way it's going to play, all right? I am still waiting for my 280 alert to hit. Let me just zoom out so you guys can see the number. I am not in this stock right now. I unfortunately did not start a position right here. I very much regret it, believe me. I'm pretty much waiting for this 280 to break. Again, don't use my opinions as a reason to get in. Like, again, I'm not the best. I make things like I trust me. I don't be like, oh, if this dude's gonna get in, I should definitely get in too, right? But yeah, I'm just being honest with you. If this alert hits, Nasdaq still looks good. You know, if these can start getting a little better, I very much regret not getting into NVIDIA, but yeah, I think NVIDIA is showing itself as the king of the AI sector. And again, this was already a good stock, I would say, before AI kind of blew up as well, right? Like they have their semiconductors are in everything from like consoles to compute. Like they are an important piece in this like technology evolution game, right? So what are we looking at technically here, right? Obviously, we are over all 5 moving averages. That's pretty much the exact opposite of where AI is sitting. AI is doing its best to hold on. This thing is actually doing its best to take off, right? So just it's simply moving averages alone, it's like night and day right here. MACD has not been doing well, but it kind of looks like it's at least trying to stabilize, and it's trying to do it before it slips into the negative, which for me would be really important. I don't necessarily care about the numbers for the MACD, but positive and negative mean a lot to me. And honestly, even negative, like small amounts, really start to annoy me. Like, stay positive with the MACD, and then from there, let's get the green over the red to feel better, right? Again, RSI it was downtrending much harder, right? You can see the steepness. We're now actually kind of starting to level off a little bit. Obviously not as high as where we were, but yeah, this 50 is a nice place to where if we can break this, maybe that brings the RSI up. Maybe this starts to head up. And yeah, if we can break 50, there's plenty of room before we start worrying. And maybe that'll actually help us because what happens in between these two is just basically green, 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 red, 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 right? Red, 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 down, green, green. Like this is a really nice channel, 280 to 304. I'm trying to do the math real quick. Not quite a 10 banger, because it's less than $30, but that seems like an easy channel nonetheless. And hey, could be a really good place to start a longer position than I normally talk about on the stock. But yeah, NVIDIA I think is just a little bit next level. You know what I mean? So yeah. And then volume's definitely getting a little better too. Where's the weekly at? I don't know if I'd look at the weekly for AI, but again, you can see it. We're crushing it here, right? We just keep bouncing on the 8 moving average. We haven't even come down, and really the spacing between the 8 and the 20 is still beautiful. I really do like it. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is still actually looking relatively healthy. RSI is a little higher than I want it to be on the weekly, but I mean, just look at this thing. It's actually lived in this like high 80 kind of thing for a minute, so not too bad. Interesting. Okay, yeah, honestly, NVIDIA is doing way, way better than AI, and I think this one's playing a little better with the Nasdaq recovery as well. So hey, these are just my thoughts and my opinions. Let me know if you disagree with any of them. Otherwise, hey, I appreciate your time. Thank you.